Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. I am Simply G, and today I am going to give my first impressions, sort of, on Hell's Paradise Jigokuraku by Jigokuraku. This is an ongoing series, 12 volumes in Japan, published in Shonen Jump Plus, and has been since 2018. Currently licensed by Viz in English, with 5 volumes in print, and is being simulpubbed on their website as well as on Manga Plus, so you can actually read the current chapters right now as they are being released, like a lot of Viz's current titles. This is a historical action horror series with a supernatural twist, and follows Gabimaru the Hollow, who is on the cover here, who is a very renowned ninja who has been exiled to, well, he's been condemned to death for basically being a ninja and killing a whole bunch of people, being one of the strongest, most notorious ninjas around. But despite multiple execution attempts with various methods, he is unable to die. He hasn't been able to die. And so Sagiri, who's our other main character, aka Asaemon Yamada, one of the history's most notable swordsmen, but who in this series is a swordswoman, is put in charge of executing him. But before that's able to happen, or before there's another failed execution attempt, Gabimaru, as well as a whole bunch of other death row inmates, are called to the shogun, and also sort of via the emperor, and given an ultimatum. They are told that they can go to this mysterious island south of Japan to claim and get this immortality solution. And if they are able to do so, if they are able to return to Japan alive and with this immortality solution, then they will be pardoned and able to live their lives. But each prisoner is assigned a executioner, all from Sagiri's sword school, and it's sort of a battle royale, but partnered pairs. If the criminals decide to escape, it is upon their partnered executioner to kill them immediately, and it's not as easy necessarily as it seems. So these criminals all, of course, say yes, including Gabimaru, who has many reasons that he wishes to be free and have a fresh start, but namely he wants to just live a quiet life with his wife, and just not have to worry about being a ninja anymore. And so all of these criminals and all of these swordsmen and women go to this island, but when they are left on this island, they're confronted by the fact that there are a whole bunch of creepy, weird monsters here. Just lots of this is a series with a lot of body horror. I would highly recommend not reading this if you're squeamish. But if you do like grotesque and cool, I find them really cool, but just really creepy monsters with humans' faces and all sort of Buddhist imagery and insects and all plants and all this stuff mashed together to make monstrous creatures, then this will be your jam. So not only are these criminals kind of fighting each other, but they're also trying to survive this island and the things, the creatures, the people there. And also we're following our main character Gabimaru and his sort of relationship with Sagiri and their situational but pretty deep-rooted new friendship. I will admit that I am up to date with the series. I've been following it for a long time now, at least a year, and I will read the new chapters every time that they come out, which is why this isn't really a first impressions video, aside from hoping that people try the series out. I know that there's a couple volumes out already. I have 3 of them. So I would expect a lot of people do know the series by now. But if you like horror action, if you like body horror, and honestly, our characters are really likable. Not just our main 2, but the whole gamut of characters. Although, I will say, like, obviously, when we have this sort of situations, almost battle royale-esque fight of survival, characters are gonna die. There's a lot of characters the whole cast kind of gets cold very early on, but there are multiple criminals and multiple executioners that we follow, and later that some that team up and others that don't, and then there's a larger threat on this island, and we get an explanation as to what's actually going on here. It's super duper cool. I really, really like it. I like Gabimaru a lot. He's a pretty likable protagonist. I think Sagiri is also a pretty likable protagonist, although I will say that I wish for a lot of the series that she did more. For being such an accomplished swordsman, she's not always that involved with some of the stuff going on, and I don't know whether that's mainly because the focus is more so on Gabimaru, or that's because the focus of other fights and other chapters are on other characters. I really like the supporting cast in this. There's so many likable characters, both on the criminal side and on the swords or executioner side. It's quite easy to attach yourselves to a lot of this cast, and I think it kind of hits the ground running with the premise, and it will hook a lot of people, but then it does kind of take it back and get you more invested and interested in the characters themselves, introduces them, and makes them more varied, more human almost, through their interactions, more so than just if they were generally not cannon fodder, but generally just there to be written out of the story. Yeah. I really like the series. I do highly recommend it. It is one that, as I said, because it's on it's a simulpubbed title, you can actually read the entirety of it on the Shonen Jump website, not the app, because it's a bit too violent and gory. It doesn't actually it's too mature for the app, so it has been relegated to the website. Or you can also, as I said, read the latest chapters on Manga Plus, which is what I do. They used to have all of the chapters available there in English territories, but they've since been removed. I don't know about other countries, Southeast Asia, Europe, etc. It is because obviously I'm not in those regions, and I don't know. But it is definitely worth the look if you haven't yet. And yeah, it's also, even at 12 volumes and where I'm reading currently, it feels like it's it's definitely in the end. It's heading towards the end. This isn't going to be a super duper long series. I would expect and suspect that it would be closer to 13, 14, maybe 15 volumes long. Sort of a Tokyo Ghoul-esque length. And I think that's all it really needs to be. I don't think this is a series that can be pushed too far and too long. And I really appreciate that Kaku knows where he wants to take the story, knows how he's going to execute it, and hopefully not push it too much further because of perceived popularity. I don't know how popular the series is in Japan, but from my impressions of it, reading it week to week and reading people's comments, it does seem to have quite a few people following it. It's also interesting in that Kaku actually started as a manga editor, so he has sort of a mind towards that, a mindfulness with that. And I would suspect, because of experience editing, he'd have a perception on what can be popular, what's sellable, more so than those who don't. I thought it was just something pretty interesting and something of notoriety. But yeah, let me know if you've heard of the series, if you're reading the series, you love it, like it, dislike it. I love to hear if you agree or totally disagree with my opinions. That'd be. I want to know. I want to know. I do read all of the comments. So yes, those were my first impressions. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. If you're not yet and you want to, please feel free to subscribe. I know like only half of my viewers are subscribed, which is fine. Like, that's fine. But if you are interested and you're wanting to be sure to get my new videos when they're released, please consider doing so. You can also follow me on Twitter, which is linked below. I'm on there a lot. And if you're wanting to talk to me directly, that's probably the better method. I'm on there all the time, and I do try to keep up with people's questions, and I love interacting with people and chatting about manga. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I am Simply G, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye till then.